All right, guys. Hello, everybody. We have special guest today, Bob Patterson from the Titmus testing system. Bob, how are you?
Good, thanks. You?
I'm well. Been staying busy.
Excellent.
Excited for the new year, if we get there.
Sure.
So, Bob, you're here to talk to us about the Titmus test. Before we get into that, not the Titmus test, the Titmus system. Before we get into that, tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I come to the manufacturing side from kind of a different position. For the past 32 years, I was a biomed, repaired medical equipment for an independent service organization. So everywhere that wasn't a hospital. In fact, I remember way back when repairing Good-Lite gooseneck exam lamps for ENT doctors. Yes.
Yeah.
Haven't seen them in quite some time.
Yeah, the only time you'll see them now is on a poster like this.
Yeah. But I'm a CBET, Certified Biomedical Equipment Technician, and a CHTM, Certified Healthcare Technology Manager. So that's given me a little different perspective for being, part of a manufacturing facility. So I also come to this I started in college as an engineer and realized numbers weren't my thing, calculus, not much fun. And I ended up graduating with a biology degree because I was more interested in the other side of the equipment, the anatomical and physiological aspects of how the equipment interacts with the human body. So I'm kind of well-rounded on all kinds of different medical equipment. And I also teach biomedical instrumentation at the local the community college that has a biomedical engineering technology program.
And where are you guys located now?
We're in between Baltimore and Washington, D.C. in Fulton, Maryland.
Okay. All right. That's fantastic.
Fabulous I-95 corridor.
Yes, we know about that. So you have the Titmus there behind you. Can you just talk a little bit about the Titmus and how it started, how it's come along, and where you guys are at these days?
Sure. So Titmus Optical started in the early 1900s, I think 1903, and they made lenses for the most part. They were in Petersburg, Virginia, which is south of Richmond. In 1959, they came up with the first vision screener, the OV7M, which you can see up here on the top shelf.
Is that one of the units you would see like at a DMV?
Yeah, some
are a little bit older.
Yeah, that's older than what's out there now.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that there aren't 60-year-old machines still in use. So here we have the OV7M, we have the 2 series, the I series, and the current V series. In any event, Titmus, through multiple acquisitions, it's been purchased and owned by multiple companies, including I discovered Zeiss at one point. Eventually it became part of Spirion, and Spirion was acquired by Honeywell Safety Products. I think they were most interested in the safety product line that Spirion has, as well as the optical safety glasses that had the Titmus name. They maintain production of the Titmus vision screeners. And then I'm not entirely sure why, but they were going to discontinue production at the end of last year. And I think part of it may be because they're a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and this was a very small piece of the pie as far as they were concerned. They had moved production to Mexicali in Mexico, and we, through Adam Zilberbaum, our president, acquired the line from Honeywell, and we are now just Titmus all by itself. We brought production back to the US, where, as I said, in Maryland. Everything is made in our facility here. And this has been a very fun year. I think the tractor trailers of everything showed up from Mexicali the 9th of January. And we were producing machines within a few weeks and have been doing so all year long.
That's great. Talk about the new device itself. Again, I mentioned it earlier, the DMV. So most people know the Titmus from, you go to the DMV, that little machine you're looking in, most likely was a Titmus machine. So it has
Sure.
come quite a ways. So talk a little bit about the machine. What does it do? What is it testing for? That kind of
Sure. So our machines have a slide-based system. They each hold 8 different slides, and on the slide is what your test subject is actually looking at. We have slides there, I think around approximately 70 different slides are available.
Wow.
Some that I had seen Titmus machines going way back in my career as a biomed, and there were slides that are here that I'd never seen before. So there's a wide variety of flexibility, but we can test binocularity, acuity, and under acuity, there's letters, numbers, Landolt, TNO, tumbling E's, symbols. So depending on your patient population, are they children, preschool, learning disabled? There's a wide variety of ways that different slides that we can use for testing.
Mhm.
We can also test for color deficiency, color identification, phorias, depth perception. There's day and night testing. And there's some driver specific slides also. And there's even contrast testing. For the most part, these ship out under given configurations for what you're testing. Is it whether it's occupational or school or driver's ed? But we do have 19 different configurations currently.
Okay.
So there's a wide variety to suit the many needs of our patient population for vision screening.
Excellent. So you said that they kind of come pre-configured. Is it possible to change the configuration should your needs
Sure.
down the road?
Oh yeah, the slides are interchangeable. They're user replaceable. We sell all the different slides and the instructions and scoring that goes with them. The prepackaged setups have scoring guides. You get a pad of paper that basically guides you through the test, and you mark off on that sheet, what the different results are. And for the occupational models, there's a job standard book, which has a clear plastic overlay that you put over the scoring sheet. And depending on the occupation, clerical, skilled, inspection, mobile, it gives you your pass and your fail ranges visually. So it makes occupational scoring quite easy. Those are based on the Purdue study that was done way back for all the multiple occupations and what your vision should be.
Right. That's awesome. And as far as I know, you have 2 different models, the V2
Yes.
and the V4.
Correct.
Can you talk a little bit about those and the differences?
Sure. The V2, that's what you see behind me. It has a control pad on the side that the test taker uses to occlude the different eyes. So the test can be given binocularly or each eye individually. There are also the buttons there to activate the peripheral vision testing. The V4 has a separate control panel, which is similar to this, that allows the user to be, there's a 3-foot cable, and we also have a 6-foot COVID compliant cable. So the functions are controlled through the control pad itself. As far as advancing the slide on the V2, there's a manual slide advance, a wheel on top that actually rotates the slide drum inside. The V4 also has day and night testing. It also has head detection, so it senses and opens the shutters when the patient is properly positioned in front of the unit.
Excellent. That's fantastic. Sounds like a really good thing. How can doctors implement the Titmus system into their daily practice? What are some good applications for that?
So for routine physicals and vision screening, that can be, it works perfectly for that. You can, the physician, their CPT codes for vision screening that, as far as I know, are billable.
Mhm.
That's, of course, that varies by situation, of course, as all these do. But there's also on the V4, we have software available to operate the unit that will integrate with various EMRs
Oh, okay.
also. So you don't need to re-enter, and everything can go straight into the patient record.
Fantastic. Now, if besides Good-Lite, obviously, we have the units for sale. If they have anything, they want more information, or if they want to contact you, where can they go?
Sure. Titmusvision.com is our website. You can contact at titmusvision.com. My email is bob@titmusvision.com.
Okay.
I generally handle the tech support side of things. We're a lean group here. We're COVID compliant as we're under 10 people.
Right.
So there's not a lot of, if you speak to someone, you're either most likely going to speak to Adam, our president, or myself. Adam handles the sales side. His email is adam@titmusvision.com. When you're a small company, you get nice, convenient choices of email.
Mhm. Right. That's like us. We're running lean. We're under 20 employees. I think we're 10 as well. Now, are you guys on social media at all? Is there anywhere they can follow you?
We're working on that. Since it's been quite a busy first year establishing supply chains, in the past there had been some ordering issues getting Titmus units. It would take a while. There's some supply chain issues. Our goal with establishing relationships with all the part vendors that supplied the parts for Honeywell is to have enough on stock here or in stock to have machines on the shelf for when you order, and they would simply need to be configured to go out the door. So we've been busy getting all of that set up and haven't focused quite so much on that. We've been more interested in getting a good product out the door.
I understand.
Coming at this from the side of someone who repairs equipment and can see how things have changed over the past several decades. Prior to joining, one reason I was willing to leave my job of 32 years to come and be part of Titmus was the way that they're built. And they're built to last. Pieces inside that could be plastic. Here's a CNC piece of solid aluminum that's a rotational piece that the drum fits on. We could do these out of plastic for a small fraction of the cost, but to have these last 20 years, the way that they're made and the way that they've been engineered. Here's one of the spring arms. It's all metal, all high quality pieces. Things generally, hard to make things break on a Titmus unit, and that keeps them around for a long time.
Quality is so important. It's one of our mottos. Quality shines through. And it's so great to see that you guys are able to shift gears, move the company, and still survive through 2020 while we had this amazing, or I want to say amazing, this crazy pandemic that has kind of swept the country. So very excited that you guys are doing well, very busy, and we're looking forward to working with you in 2021.
Sure.
So just want to say thank you, Bob, for coming on to the show. We appreciate your time. I wish you a happy holiday and a happy new year.
One thing to possibly incentivize your customer base.
We like to get it.
We do have a trade-in program to help convince people to give up those 20-year-old units or a 5-year-old unit if you're so inclined. But we do have a $300 trade-in program.
Fantastic. I should have asked about that. And it's a perfect time. It's the holidays. Why don't you get your office a new Titmus test or Titmus device?
100%.
All right, great. I'll make sure to include that in there. Again, Bob, thanks for swinging by.
My pleasure.
We'll talk to you soon.